Chapter 9, technically speaking, what every singer should know.
I always say knowledge is power. Do you know anything about the vocal mic that you're singing in when you go to a gig, or do you just sing on what they give you? And do you know anything about identifying different frequencies in your voice when it comes to EQ, or what special effects you can add to make your voice sound more exciting? We're going to be watching in this segment Natalie Metcalf, and I'm going to first accentuate certain frequencies and certain special effects to help you differentiate these sounds. So you'll know what highs are, what mids are, what lows are, what reverb and digital delay is. That way, when you go to do your gig, you'll know what to ask your audio engineer. You'll know how to get the sound of your golden tones, the golden notes I say in your voice, to be accentuated in a live environment. And you'll have knowledge and power. We know so much about what we want in our coffee. We know a lot of things that we desire, but so many times singers don't pay attention to what it is that's important to make the voice sound better.
Now we're going to be listening to a flat mix or dry vocal, meaning no effect at all on the voice. It can be very dull and boring. Take a listen.
You got answers to everyone's questions. Life through your curves and now spun life's lessons. Right to history, all stacked up.
Here's an example of too much digital delay, resulting in what I call the echo chamber sound. This one's pretty obvious.
Life through your curves and now spun life's lessons. Well, I do history, all stacked up, but I'm scared it may not be enough.
Too many highs in the mix can make the voice sound bright and tinny.
Well, you got answers to everyone's questions. Life through your curves and now spun life's lessons. Well, I do history, all stacked up.
Too many lows in the mix, and the voice is muddy, boomy, and muffled.
You got answers to everyone's questions. Life through your curves and now spun life's lessons. Well, I do history, all stacked up.
Let's review. Finding the perfect mix takes time and practice. Understanding EQ and effects, knowing your voice, and having the ability to communicate with your audio engineer. Talking with artist Natalie Metcalf.
So Nat, how long have you been playing out live and performing?
I've been playing out live, performing around town or places for about 3 to 4 years.
And where is that?
I started singing when I was in Kansas. I'm from Kansas. I play in LA. I've been to Nashville and up the coast on California and around. So I feel like I've just the west half, never much on the east.
Yeah. Okay. And in that amount of time of touring and playing out, how much have you learned about vocals and microphones and techniques?
Well, compared to when I started, I've learned an immense amount about what I like on stage, what I'm hearing, even just practicing by myself. When I first started, I was a little less confident, and now I've just grown to be so much more confident in what I need.
Okay. And isn't it important as a woman, as a female singer, to know what you're talking about with a sound engineer, right?
Absolutely. On the rare, you get a female sound engineer, so I feel like you're always dealing with men, and it's always better if you just go with your head held high and 1 foot forward, and you tell them in confidence what you need and what you want. Sometimes they're like, we know what's best for you, and sometimes they do, but sometimes I'm also like, I know what's good for me as well.
Well, it's important for you to know what's good for you because everybody's voice is different.
Right.
You have a very husky voice.
Yeah.
So if you were to dial into the sound, you have to really know where your golden tones are, where your golden notes are, what song fits great with your voice, and how to mix your voice.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I was noticing when you were working on the mic, a couple things that I would request for you is getting in a little bit closer
All right.
for the warmer tones, and you have a pretty big voice, so you want to pull away.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes I feel like I'm so loud, but I know that when I'm up close, it catches all those special nuances and little things that come out. I'm just always so scared that I'm going to blow everybody away.
Yeah, I understand that. So what do we do when we get closer?
Tone it down.
Tone it down a little bit.
Tone it down a little bit.
Tone it down a little bit.
Do you have a special mic that you use, or do you just use the venue mic?
I always use my Shure SM58. I always bring that to every gig. Sometimes they have everything set up, and I will make them take it down, especially if we have a huge band, just because we're wasting time. But most of the time, just a quick switch. Hey, can I change the mic? Sure. They'll just mute it, and I'll put my own in.
That's awesome. And how do you like your coffee?
If I drank coffee, it'd be black.
Okay.
But I don't.
But you know exactly what you would like, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying. We have to really kind of know exactly what we like when we get on stage.
Yeah.
A lot of times, if I really like a vocal mix, I'll take a picture of it.
That's a great idea. Oh my gosh, that's a great idea. I never thought of doing
Talk
that.
to the sound engineer. Say, how did you exactly dial into my voice? I really like it.
Right.
Take a shot so you know where all the knobs are, where all the dials are for.
That's a great idea.
Because we're not sound engineers.
Absolutely not.
But with GarageBand, Pro Tools, Logic, so many things available. The key is to listen to yourself and work it and learn.
Absolutely.
One last question I have for you. Was it the education of understanding sound and maybe working in your own garage on a board and learning about it, or was it the actual performance end of it that helped you get better at that?
You know what, I feel like when I first started, it was just let me grab my guitar and get up there and sing. So I wasn't really that educated, and I wanted to try and be confident, but it ultimately just came down to growing. You know, as I grew as a singer-songwriter, I grew in knowledge with the music and the sound that I wanted to create for myself.
It's great. It empowers women.